This is Sweta, your recruiter. Today I am joined by Mr. Neeraj Chadha, Area General Manager and Vice President, Pacific Islands at Marriott International, Fiji. Neeraj has led various portfolios across Fiji and the wider Pacific, and he has been a visible champion of developing local talent pipelines. Under his leadership, the Fiji Marriott Training Academy, the first hotel chain run academy in Fiji, has trained over 200 local talents and placed more than 180 graduates into results row. Today we'll unpack the playbook behind that success and explore what it means for sustainable hospitality careers in the Pacific. Mr. Neeraj, welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sweta. My name is Neeraj Chadha and I'm responsible for Marriott Hotel operations in the Pacific Islands, which includes Fiji, Samoa and New Caledonia.
Thank you, Neeraj. If you had to rebuild your talent engine from scratch, what is the one design choice from the Fiji Marriott Training Academy you would keep because it creates the biggest lift from classroom to job? And what single metric tells you it's working?
So Sweta, great question. Thank you. But I'm going to take a little bit of a long-winded response to this because it is important to unpack the journey of Fiji Marriott Training Academy before we start talking about its success. So it was really during COVID period when the resorts were closed that we had some capacity in the leadership time. We said, listen, well, how could we best utilize this time with our leadership? We realized in our conversation with Twin Andy and the elders of Nareva village that there was a number of people there at home who weren't necessarily engaged in anything. So they wanted to see what can we do during this week. Of course, the government at the time had some restrictions on the number of people that could get together, and also those restrictions were progressively changing depending upon what was happening with COVID. So we made an agreement with the Nareva village and said, listen, we'll be more than happy to devote our times. Let's sit back and craft, develop a course of about 8 weeks of training in 3 or 4 disciplines, which included housekeeping, front office, food and beverage service and nature. And from leadership standpoint, we'll devote our time. We'll also buy them lunch if they can support us in providing transportation. So village came to party. We advertised the role. We didn't realize how popular this opportunity was going to be, and over 300 people applied for it. At that time, with the restrictions in place and the resources we had, we could only employ 30. So we took a batch of 30. There was no compulsion for the people that they had to join or rejoin Marriott hotels. They could. It was largely about creating talent that, or developing them to see that as and when the borders open up, they could find a job anywhere or a career with any company. With that approach, we started the program. There was some level of hiccups with, obviously, what was happening with COVID, but I was particularly impressed with the commitment of the 30 people that they lasted the entire 8 weeks and regularly came and attended the classes, and at the end of it we started to give them an assessment program to which we decided that these were now capable. That cohort to today, and I'll correct you in your numbers, went about and became 300 plus. That's employed in our results. And then of course, while the primary source of talent remained, and this was an initiative with our LOU, it was opened up to the wider community. And as time went on, we obviously deployed more regular resources, professionally trained individuals who were then leading this program, Fiji Marriott Training Academy. And now the academy is 8 weeks of classroom training plus 6 months of on-the-job training before you get a certificate. This program was particularly appreciated by the government as well, and also DSMS. And now the government recognizes that by giving $500 per candidate sponsorship. Now, where we are today and what really is going to drive success for this future is we are reinventing that training program to the extent where is it that exactly they need talent? What is the balance that needs to be between classroom training and practical training? And through some little changes that we will implement, including providing more permanent facilities for FMTA, leading with the opening of the Western, we should be in a position to provide a very robust training program into the future. And at this stage, we're looking to do another 100+ cohort in 2026. What gives me the confidence that this is working, unfortunately, cannot be described with one metric. It is certainly retention. In other words, over 80% of our people that have gone through this are still gainfully employed with us. Secondly, the trajectory of growth that they have had. So they're not all sitting at the basic level now. We have had Fiji Marriott Training Academy pass-outs now sitting at in leadership roles, which means the selection process is working. People are demonstrating great attitude. They're retaining the knowledge that they have gained, and then using that experience to further their careers in the industry. So if you look across the board, including many of these, and in fact vast majority of these, people have never worked in the tourism industry before. So to get them out of where they previously might have been unskilled and unemployed to now skilled and gainfully employed and building their careers is a perfect testimony to Fiji Marriott Training Academy.
It's really powerful, Neeraj. Thank you. Follow me for more insights.